here today. Also with me Noel Crum, who's our innovation coordinator, and Tom Cochran, who's our DVP, and that's just one of the many hats that run the district. Give you a little background on non-traditional instructional days. That started back in the 13-14 school year. KD had a pilot program for 2 districts here in the state of Kentucky, Allison County and Wolfe County. And they both did real well with it. And last year they asked districts to come on for this 14-15 school year. And it basically missed over 20 more days average that in the last 5 school years. And we were one of the districts applied for. We were one of 13 in the state of Kentucky that's participating in the non-traditional instructional days this school year. And we looked at it back during the summer. We decided this is one of the things we want to do. And what's some of the reasons? Well, we do miss a lot of school in Johnson County because of the weather. One of the things we looked at, though, always when we missed a lot of days, the kids and teachers come back to school, we would talk about it's about starting over again. You know, kids have regressed. We're having to teach this lesson and things over. And we didn't want to have to do that. We wanted to see continuous flow of instruction going on throughout the school year. I think I've got numerous teachers here today and principals with me. I think if you ask them that, they're not seeing that regression in student data and things that they have in the past. We have a video here. Where's Waldo?
Hello kids, my name is Jason Oliver. I grew up in Paintsville, Kentucky, just like you. I graduated from Johnson Central High School. I went to the University of Kentucky in Lexington, where I got a degree in computer science. And after that, I lived in California, I lived in Tennessee, I moved to Germany for 6 years, and now I'm coming to you from a new land, and I have a couple clues that might help you figure out what I am. First, it's a country that's an island in itself. Second, it's famous for its rolling green hills. Third, the official language is Gaelic, even though most people speak English. Fourth, it's famous for one of its patron saints, St. Patrick, for which you'll celebrate a holiday in March, coming up soon. And finally, its most famous export is Guinness. Hopefully those clues will be enough to help you figure out what I am. Remember, stay in school, study hard, dream big, and you can end up wherever you want to be.
Yeah, that's just one of the many videos and things I've seen throughout the school year that our teachers are getting into their instruction, and it's just another great example of what we do in Johnson County schools. Again, each year you're entitled to 10 days in non-traditional instructional days, and doing that, we did use all 10 this year. We'll apply for them again this coming school year. If you are a new district and not applied for them before, our deadline for a new district is May 1st. The returning district is May 15th. One of the things required of non-traditional instructional days is have a learning management system. We chose Emoto. There's a lot of other districts use a lot of other different things. They use Blackboard, they use Google Classroom. We chose Emoto because it's a lot like Facebook. And every parent, every child, everyone's got Facebook anymore. So that's one of the reasons we chose that, and made it so easy to go with. Again, we counsel schools just like we normally do. We'll hear it on the radio, newspapers, TV, and all those things. Sometimes even the night before, we know those things. And teachers know that the next day at 10 a.m. they need to have their assignments, their standards and pacing, and everything posted for the NTI day. Again, teachers communicate this in through various ways: Emoto, email, ask questions, work with students. A couple of things that happened when we first did this first 2 or 3 days, trying to work all the connections and things out. I had teachers staying on from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night to do this. We had to set some barriers and standards we can do. Yeah, I'm going to be on from 10 to 1. I'll come back on tonight, and I'll be on from 5 to 8, some of those things. So those are some of the things we learned with that. We looked at our district, trying to implement this. About 90% of our students have internet access and have devices and things at home they can use to do this. Now, we also have those kids, they've done that other 10%, we use snow packets, a variety of things with that we send them home. We know what's going to happen, you know, give them snow for tomorrow, or when we come back, they can make up the instruction also. And then we give them time to complete that when we come back. Again, our other staff, our bus drivers, our instructional assistants, our cooks, and other people are assigned various duties to complete their their allotted time according to the contract. Dr. will turn it over to you.
As part of our requirements for KE to get credit for these days, we had to keep documentation and data for all of the days that we use as NTI days. We did, as Mr. Salyers said, use 10 of these NTI days. Listed, we have our participation for our students and for our staff. Our staff, we expected all of our staff to participate, certified and classified. You can see for all of those days, the first 4 we had one extenuating circumstance. We had 99.62% of our staff who did participate. The last 6 days, all 100% of our staff participated. Those, as Mr. Salyers said, varied based on principals and program coordinator, what they wanted them to do. Our students, we had anywhere from 92% up to 94% participation on any given day, which we felt like was a high participation rate. With that being said, all of the activities didn't necessarily happen on the NTI days due to access for some students or whatever reasons. So our teachers worked extremely hard, and our principals worked extremely hard in making sure that all students had access and did participate in the activities for the NTI days.
Okay, I'll talk real quick about the benefits, and which some of those have already been kind of touched on a little bit. First of all, continuing pace of instruction is obviously an important thing, because if you, as this year, we had pretty heavy snow, which caused us to miss consecutive days. One point, I guess, a week and a half, maybe almost straight. So by having the NTI days, when we hit that span, we were going every other day. We were doing an NTI day with one off and one on. So it worked out really well. So pace of instruction was really good as far as the students. Another great benefit, obviously, is students getting practice using the LMS. As all of you know, when they get to college, everything is on some type of LMS. The online instruction is the majority of most college students learning, be it Blackboard or whatever. So just getting used to that mode of instruction, I think, was very important. The student-teacher line of communication had to be so much higher when you do something like this, because you're not having that face-to-face contact with them on those days. Parents, huge benefit. I mean, I can speak as a parent myself. I know now more about 5th grade instruction. As my youngest son, one of his teachers is here. I've learned more American history this year than I ever dreamed I would, because at home, it gets you in the mode of actually sitting down with your child and working with them a little bit on those non-traditional days. And really, honestly, the most important benefit is that our teachers have had the opportunity to gain valuable experience in digital learning and digital instruction. So we know, all of us know in this room, that the future of education is going to lie in digital instruction. I mean, it's not going to ever be 100%, but it's obviously going to be a requisite skill for every teacher at some point. And the great thing is, we can now say that all of our teachers in Johnson County have gained a pretty high skill level of using an LMS system, and that would have never happened, I don't think, in 1 year were it not for the NTI day. So that was a huge benefit. As far as examples, and I will slide through this quick because we've already showed you the Where's Waldo. We thought we would start with that. We had a couple of other ones. One of them was a swivel lesson that one of our mini grants at the middle school. Missy Davis uses the swivel for instruction, and she saves her lessons. It's an amazing device if you've never seen this before, but it's wonderful. And then the last one, we did an activity which we misspelled swivel. We actually spelled it right, but it's not how you spell it for that. President's Day snowstorm. There was another activity where we, as part of the snow-based instruction, that the students actually took pictures and videos of things during the snowstorm, tied it back to President's Day. They did video blogs on that. So some pretty cool things. We're going to close out with next steps. I'll hand that over to Congress.
As Mr. Crum said, we were extremely proud of the first year of these NTI days. And I think one of the biggest things, we had a lot of teachers who felt like they could not incorporate technology in daily instruction. The result was they could. We all can. So we have to continue, though, the paradigm shift of thinking, blending learning, and instruction using technology. Next steps, where do we go from here? Well, we were proud of and happy with the first year. There's a lot of growth that we still can do and need to do. We're going to begin with, we have a meeting scheduled with staff representatives. We have teachers and principals coming in Thursday to meet, and then I'm going to meet with program coordinators from all certified jobs and representatives from all areas, and to look at what worked, what improvements we need to make. We're going to use those improvements and suggestions to develop our application for next year, because we are applying for the NTI days again next year. And that application process is due by May 15th. And we are also going to continue training for implementing Edmodo with our blended instruction, our summer PDs, as well as our retreats at our schools that will be conducting trainings on Edmodo. We're also seeking opportunities to expand personalized learning one-to-one. We are currently writing a grant that hopefully we will get, hopefully, that will gain access to one-to-one for all 7th through 12th grade students. And then we're also examining other learning management systems for future implementation. It may be, we may continue with Edmodo. We're definitely going to for this school year. We're going to look, everything we used in Edmodo this year was a free resource. Edmodo offers services that you have to pay. So we have a meeting scheduled next week with them to look at other advantages of using Edmodo, or we may look at something such as Google for educators.